What's up everyone? Today I'm here in my kitchen and I want to go over with you guys 10 food items that you should have in your nutrition plan. So if you are looking to start a healthy way of eating, these are 10 things that you need to have. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for a nutrition plan. You want to know, what do I eat on a daily basis, kind of a day in my life of eating. I do have some other videos that you can check out if you want to see what an actual day of mine looks like. I'll put them somewhere up here. I really don't adhere to one type of diet. I'm not a believer in diets. I believe in eating real whole foods and trying to avoid processed foods, added sugars, artificial ingredients, commercial dairy, and gluten. Those are some foundational principles that I feel very strongly about, and those are the things that I make sure I do not have in my nutrition plan. So I wanted to share with you all today some of these items that are really like crucial key items that I always have in my house and that have really helped me get to where I am today with my nutrition and my physique. I always preach to everybody, focus on eating real foods, avoid a lot of ingredients, processed packaged foods. So starting off today, everyone pretty much always has a peanut butter or an almond butter in their house. And I recommend that the one that you choose, when you flip it over and look on the back, in the ingredients, it just says either peanuts or almonds. That's all. There's no added oils and there's no added sugars. So when you are shopping for your nut butter, make sure you check the ingredients, and preferably you want it to be organic so that it does not have your GMOs and all of that crap in it. I always keep a good non-dairy milk in my house. So it's either almond milk or coconut milk. I do not use any soy. The key when you are searching for them, again, is you have to look at your ingredients and make sure that there is no added sugars, no soy lecithin, no carnitine, and there are no vegetable oils added in them. So for instance, this brand, when I flip it over, it says organic almond milk, water, organic almonds, organic acacia, gum, and sea salt. That's it. So this is a really good brand and one that I like. You want to look at your ingredients. Today I have a lot of brands out here. I'm not promoting any one brand. I am just giving you guys examples of what these foods are and kind of what they look like. But you can find these brands, you can find all different types of good brands. You just have to pay attention to the ingredients. Next up, I have a nitrate-free bacon. So when you're shopping for bacon, you want to make sure that it is not preserved with nitrates, sulfites, any additives. There's no sugar. Like this one, for instance, it's organic. The pigs are never treated with hormones and antibiotics, and it's not preserved. So it will not last a long time in your refrigerator. Know that. Next up, I have a protein powder. Protein powder is always a good go-to to have in your house, whether it be post-workout or as a meal replacement. Maybe you're in a rush and you don't have time to have a full meal. I prefer to go with a plant-based protein, as I am focused on trying to eat organic, clean products. Whey protein is a milk derivative, and it's really tough to get truly grass-fed whey protein. I stick with plant-based proteins. And it is a lot easier to get an organic plant-based protein, but again, you want to read your ingredients. So when you're looking for a protein powder, you want to make sure that it doesn't have added sugars. Maybe it's sweetened with stevia. You want to make sure that it doesn't have soy in it. A lot of times they add soy protein, and no vegetable oil. So those are some key things when you're looking for your protein powder. Okay, a big one for me are my oils. Oils that I use especially for cooking. These are a huge one to really pay attention to. What are you using when you're cooking and baking? I always use avocado oil for my cooking. It can be heated up to and over 500 degrees, which means that you can fry an avocado oil without it breaking down. Do not use olive oil for your cooking. Olive oil should only be used fresh because it doesn't hold up under heat. Coconut oil is another good one. Coconut oil has so many uses. You can even take some out and rub it on your skin, and it's a great moisturizer. So
does it feel good?
coconut oil is good for cooking, and I find that mixing like coconut oil and say grass-fed butter together makes a nice combination for cooking. Another one is duck fat. Duck fat is a really good one too. It can also hold up under high heat. And then of course your grass-fed butter. So grass-fed butter is different than most dairy in that it is fermented. It agrees more with our bodies than say milk, but I always recommend finding a grass-fed butter from cows that obviously have been eating grass, because they're made to eat grass, they're not made to eat grain. So you want to find your grass-fed butter. Your oils are so important to pay attention to, and a lot of times our vegetable oils are in processed foods. If you're avoiding processed foods, then you don't have to worry about it so much. But when you're at home and you want to have a good quality oil in your house, these are some of the ones I recommend. They will really help you with your weight loss, the way you feel, bloating, all of that. So get your good oils. Right. Next up is a plant-based sweetener like stevia. Stevia is one of the better ones. It is plant-based and it actually has been proven to help your teeth. I recommend getting it organic, but stevia is a good one to have. Now, some of you may be dealing with sugar cravings, so cutting all sweeteners in the beginning is a good thing to do to help you beat that addiction to sugar. But then if you're looking to have something on hand or add something back in that tastes a little bit sweet but it doesn't have the addiction problems and health issues that sugar has, then stevia is the one to go with. And we have salt. Salt is a controversial topic. A lot of people feel like when they start a nutrition plan that they need to cut down on sodium. That is not true at all. The difference is you do not want to be consuming table salt. Table salt is what can give you health problems, what can give you high blood pressure and add to those issues, but not a salt like a sea salt and a real salt. In fact, you should be consuming this in your diet. It is healthy, it is good for you, and you do not have to worry about overconsumption. Of course, unless you open up the whole thing and you're like dumping it all on your food, you may have a problem there. Yeah, especially if you're participating in a fitness program, you're sweating a lot, you're very active, you really want to consume your sea salt. Lastly, the kind of most obvious things, but ones that I want to state that you should always have in your house are your fresh vegetables, preferably organic, but you want to have good, fresh, green vegetables in your house. Then your fruits, and when it comes to fruits, the ones you should really focus the most on are your berries, because they are lower glycemic fruits. I keep my bananas just for my protein shakes, and also cantaloupe is another good low glycemic fruit too. And then of course your protein, and protein is going to be one of the most important things regarding where you get your protein from and what type of protein. If you can afford to do grass-fed and organic, that is so important to do, especially grass-fed for animals who are made to eat meat and not made to eat grain. And that's where I always recommend people try to find a farm in your area that you can order from in bulk, because you save a lot of money that way. Otherwise, if going organic grass-fed is not an option for you, just do the best you can with having quality meats. Don't try to just go for lean cuts of meat. The fat on the meat is very good for us. It is very healthy. It's what we consumed for hundreds and hundreds of years with very little to no health problems. And I know some of these things that I'm saying right now are going to make a couple people's heads spin. Think what you will, and you feel free to comment your thoughts below. So with that being said, these are my top 10 foods that I think everyone should have in their house, and they will help you on your journey to health, fitness, and maybe even getting a six-pack if that's what your goal is. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you back here soon, probably in my gym kicking your ass. Non-dairy milk in my house, so that means either almond butter or